There's times growing up in the 80s when a bully got the best of you. But there was also times when you got the best of a bully. And I figured I'd show you my top 10 times I got even with a bully.
The drums are a-smoking and so's the bass.
It's time to strap in, sit back, and take a virtual trip into the past to blow your mind. Remembering the things you loved, the past you've forgotten, and some stuff you even hated with the most talked about.
What are your thoughts on that Junkman guy?
The most controversial.
I wasn't expecting that one from Junkman.
The most entertaining vintage pop culture YouTuber out there.
Oh, Junkman Popcorn Planet finally connecting.
And he's bringing along his friends. A narcissistic wampa.
I can't help it. I just wake up and I look this good.
A thug Wookie.
I'll tell you all that stuff. Rickety, wackety, wackety, rickety, wackety, whack, whack, whack.
An inappropriate alien comic.
And a stupid dead baby.
And a hyper teenage Jawa. From the junk room to your screen, it's time for That Junkman.
Welcome back to the junk room, everybody. It's me, that Junkman, coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to look at 10 times I got even with a bully. Now, I'm using the term loosely here, bully, because in my day a bully was someone that held you down on the ground, kind of like April did, and punched me in the face and then spit on my face just because I walked down Portland Street. Hey, April, you didn't own the street. I can walk where I want to. There's no reason to punch me in the face and spit on me. Anyway, but I'm using this term bully loosely, as you can see, because sometimes it's just people I really didn't like or people that just bugged me, did something wrong to me, and I got revenge. And there's nothing I like more than getting revenge on people I don't like. So let's just start with number 10. It's going to be from a guy you've heard me talk about on this channel, John Gorman. Now, if you hadn't heard me mention this name before, he was my arch nemesis. He was my arch enemy in elementary school. Probably around 2nd grade to maybe the 5th grade, when I had a crush on a girl named Amy. She had a crush on John, but every girl in the school did. He was very good at basketball, baseball, football. Put it this way, if John could play with a ball, he was good with it. He was very good at balls. So here's a time in school where, on purpose, he ripped the cover of my never-ending story coloring book. I just picked up this book at the Scholastic Book Fair at school. Didn't even have it for like 30 minutes, and he wanted to see it. I didn't want to see it to him, and he kept pulling, and I was like, no, don't pull it. And he grabbed just the cover part and yanked it, knowing it was gonna rip, right? But it's okay. It's okay. I got him back. You know, I didn't really want that coloring book. It's the only color I wanted, a coloring book. It's the only one they had. So wasn't really that hurt, but I had to get my revenge, right? I did. Because when he went to lunch, I went back to the classroom. He was a class above me, but I walked in there. He had a little cubby hole in the back of the room, and I found his permission slip to Rock Eagle, signed by his mom right there. And I ripped it all up, and guess who didn't get to go on the field trip with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade? Yep, he had to sit at school because he didn't have his permission slip. And I got to color my never-ending storybook. I got to color in my never-ending story coloring book on the way to Rock Eagle, with a big smile on my face. Take that, John. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we're going to go into the high school years. This is going to be a little different. High school time with Sammy Simmons. I know, sounds like a made-up name, but I promise you, it's not. And it's not really about him. On the last day of school, we would always bring water guns to school. You wasn't supposed to, but it's last day of school. Who cares, right? And I can remember we were out front of the school, shooting them in the face and everything. We were shooting each other. And then come up behind me to take my water gun was Principal Sleestack. Now, his name's not Principal Sleestack, but he always looked like a Sleestack. You remember from Land of the Lost, so we all called him Vice Principal Sleestack. Now, this guy had given me detention over and over at school, suspended me at least twice, and yes, even gave me a paddling so hard his watch flew across the room. Just because I was talking in the library. What else are you supposed to do in a library? Read a book? No, thank you. I don't read books, and I don't read TV shows. Sorry, Squid Game, not reading a TV show. Anyway, he came up behind me. I knew it was the last day of school, my last year at school, so I just raised that water gun up like I was Kurt Even. Blasted him right in the face. Of course, he took away my water gun, but it was about 75 cents. It wasn't like a super soaker or anything, so I didn't care. And it was about 30 minutes before school let out. So I got to go home early on the last day. Vice Principal Sleestack. I wonder if he ever became a principal. I don't know, but I'm sure he became an asshole. Well, he already was that. Oh, there we go. It shot back at me. There we go. Where are we at now? Ooh, look at there, number 8. Whew. Now, this is an arch enemy in middle school. I haven't talked about this guy. He's up there with John Gorman of elementary school. Just his name alone will send me into a rage sometime. Jimbo Showers. Come on, don't that make you mad when you hear that name? And I'm a boy from the South and everything, but you can't get any more country air than Jimbo Showers. And when you're picturing in your head, that's what he was. Trust me. And he had these wings in his hair, and he would walk around with a comb in his back pocket, and all of a sudden he'd pull it out and start combing. He just drove me crazy. But really, it was because I went out with this girl named Tanya Jones. I was in love with Tanya. It was my first probably real girlfriend, went on a date and everything with. But he took her from me after 2 weeks. Anyway, I remember seeing him at school, and he was coloring the hair like that. He was combing his hair, and he laid down that stupid, ugly hairbrush. I took it, cracked it right in half, and he never knew who it was. I know it wasn't good revenge, but it sure did make me feel better, at least for that day. Shut up! Trying to talk to the fine folks in YouTube land, you're sending me emails, or spam mails. Let's see what else we got. Back in elementary school, Esther Phillips tried to embarrass me in front of the whole school by telling everyone in class that I was a huge fan of Star Trek. That's not embarrassing, but I had to remind her in front of the whole class that it wasn't Star Trek. It was Star Trek, T-R-E-K. It wasn't track like track and field. And then I had to remind her that I didn't really watch Star Trek. That I thought it was okay. I'd watch it here and there, but I think she meant Star Wars, and Star Wars wasn't Star Trek. Me and my friend Boyd laughed for hours at her. The rest of the class didn't find it as funny as I did, but it felt good to get one up on her. Damn, mister. I forgot about this one. Miss Hershey was my 3rd grade teacher, and she loved to give us homework on Friday night. I mean, it's Friday night. I had the Dukes of Hazzard to watch. I didn't have time to be doing homework. But I got my revenge on Miss Hershey. She gave us a load of homework one day. I can remember this. It was probably around March. She gave us like 3 things to do on Friday. Well, I guess we didn't technically have to do it on Friday, but we had to bring it in by Monday. She gave us homework on a Friday, and you know what I did? I took my Mad Magazine book. Wasn't a magazine, it was a book. Snappy Answers to Stupid Questions. And I wrote in it, and it had a little column where you could write your own snappy answer to a stupid question. And I wrote, Miss Hershey is a turb of lard. Of course you never saw it, and no, I didn't show it to anyone else, but I can remember opening that book throughout that whole grade and laughing. It's like, I got her. She don't even know I got her. That was a sick burn. Miss Hershey, that was a sick burn, and you didn't even know. You just got burned by the junk kid. Okay, where are we at right now? I don't know if this video is going too well. Let's see. Number 5. After doing a video of how much I hate the Hasbro HasLab, I broke down and bought the Jabba Sales Barge. And then when everyone found out, I said I bought it for a friend in Australia and flew to Australia out of spite just to film it on video to prove everyone wrong. The internet. I got all them internet bull... Wait a minute. That wasn't me. Sorry about that. Take that one back. That one was not me. If I buy something, I admit it. Okay, let's see here. This one's high school year, and this was probably one of my biggest achievements in my whole life. A bus driver. I guess you can call it her a bully. She's probably just doing her job. We talked on the bus, threw stuff on the bus, jumped around the bus, and she would yell at us, tell us to sit down, or she'd kick us off the bus. This was back in this was probably the early 90s, maybe late 80s, when you could kick a kid off the bus. Today, I don't think they would even kick a kid off the bus. But I remember she said, "Hey, junk teenager, you got to get off the bus. You're making a disruption. You're going to have to walk from here." And I had about 15 more stops. So you know what I did? I said, "Whatever. I don't care." That's why I got right in her face. And I said, "Whatever." And I got off the bus. You know what I did? I ran faster than I've ever ran. Through backyards, jumping over fences. I made it sure I got to the bus stop where I normally get off right in front of my house about 30 seconds before the bus pulled up. I ran. I was out of breath. I sucked. Back then I could run, and now I walk out upstairs and I get out of breath. Held in my breath. Here she comes. The whole bus starts laughing because she kicked me off the bus, and I got home before the bus did. Oh, people talked about that I want to say they talked about it the whole school year, but they probably talked about it for about a day or two. But I tell everybody I can. It's still one of the most proudest achievements of my life. I know, I don't have many victories, so I got to celebrate what I can. Back to John Goodman. Back to John Gorman. Now each year we had a dance called the Spring Sling Dance, and I was hoping to invite Amy Covey as my date to that dance. Well, guess who asked first? John Gorman. Beat me to it. Took her to the dance, and we all had to go to the dance even if we didn't have a date or not. So I was there with no date, but I got my revenge because I saw John Gorman standing there with a can of Mellow Yellow. He put it down to go dance, and guess what I did? I filled it up about halfway up with dirt. Dirt, that's right. Just took a handful of dirt, filled it up in that can. I don't know. I never saw what happened. I hope he at least drank at least one swallow of it and was like, dirt! But I don't know what happened. But I felt good about it the rest of the day anyway. Let's go back to middle school. Jimbo Showers. We need to talk about this guy more. Jimbo Showers. I hate the name. To this day, if I meet anyone named Jimbo Showers, I hate them just because of I never met anyone else named Jimbo Showers, and I hope I never do. Anyway, like I said, Jimbo was pretty cool. I thought he was, had the winged hair. Always had this blue jean jacket where it had this big patch of Motley Crue sewed onto the back. And he used to put heavy metal buttons, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, Color Me Bad, all kinds of heavy metal bands all over his jacket. He loved this jacket. Well, I took my date to the fair, one of my first actual dates. Tanya took her to the fair, the local fair, had a good time walking around, and they had this power ship that did like this. That thing looked scary. I was like, I am not riding that. So I was trying to be cool. She's like, let's get on. I was trying to make up excuses, and then here comes Jimbo Showers out of the blue, and he's like, I'm finna to ride that. And I was like, oh, shoot, what am I going to do? Like we don't have enough time or something. He said, why don't you ride it with me? I got an extra ticket. So we took my date, Tanya, onto that big pirate ship. It looked so scary too, man. They didn't even sit in the middle where you don't go up as high. They sat on the end. I was like, ain't no way I'm doing that. But while he was on that pirate ship, lucky for me, he removed his jacket and lifted over this rail. And I gave it to the carny that was working the tilt-a-whirl next to it. I don't know whatever happened to that jacket, but I know I never saw it again when Jimbo Showers came to school. He even asked me for weeks if I knew what happened to it. And I was just saying, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember you having a jacket. And he was like, it's my Motley Crue jacket. Everyone knows I'm the Motley Crue guy. And I was like, I don't even know who that is. If it was a Hank Jr. jacket, I would be worried. Okay. Number one. This is my biggest revenge, and I love this one. You're going to love this one too. Oh my God, this is a good one. This is a good one right here. Oh. Sorry, guys. I can't tell you about this one until the statute of limitation runs out in 2032. God, y'all would love this story. Y'all would love this one here. Is it statute of limitation or statute of limitation? Well, we'll come back in 2032, and I'll tell you that one. You will like it. Trust me. Anyway, that's a look at 10 times I got my revenge on a bunch of bullies. Or, at least, assholes. Always fun. Always fun to get revenge. Whew. If I knew where Jimbo Showers was buried, I would go dance on his grave right now. But he's probably not dead. He's probably owns an auto shop somewhere and making a lot of money. He's probably not talking to stuffed animals and hyper teenage jaws. Anyway, thumb us on you like my content. Oh, and tell me about some bullies you get even with. And until the next video, we will talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Dirt!